Hey guys, welcome back to Closet Chronicles. I actually got the door because it's just me and my daughter. She's in there playing the game, but I let her know ahead of time. I was like, "Hey, I'm about to record this video," so she was like, "Okay." So I just wanted to get on here and share what happened at lunchtime. Somebody blessed my daughter with a stuffed dog at lunchtime, and it happened because we went out to eat. We don't have no lunch stuff in here, and so, or just like anything to eat, So we went out to go to Bob Evans. Me and my daughter had a lunch date, and it was cool. We shared a meal, um, and my budget was like $20. So I know the Lord has been working on us financial wise, and um, just being mindful. He gave. I wish he would bring it back to memory, but I remember he gave me a verse, a chapter, a book. He gave me a book, chapter, verse to read one day, and basically it was talking about me. It was basically talking about, or what the Lord was laying it on my heart for me to be a good partner in the finances with my husband, because basically, like, if I don't have myself together, then I will, financial wise, like far as doing right by finances, not overspending, not doing too much, that I will, basically be the one to drag our union down because I'm not on the same accord with my husband. So, if by me saying this, you should basically come to know that I am the spender in this relationship, which is terrible. And I know the Lord is working on me, and that's so crazy because we didn't see it in our past season that we was in, our past, life before Christ. We didn't really see it, but once you come out of all that, or the Lord brings you out of all of that, you're able to see all your flaws and all the issues and stuff that you had. So I've been getting better with being mindful with finances and making sure I'm on the same accord, submitting to my husband and following his lead, and making sure that I can be a great accountability partner, because I know for a fact the Lord put me on this earth to be a helpmate to him, and I want to make sure I'm doing it the right way, and making sure I am doing it the way the Lord is calling me to do it. So, like I said, our budget was $20, and I actually came under that with like $18 and some change. So proud of myself, right? And so, my daughter, like, we went to Bob Evans. My daughter had one of this little puppy dog, and the puppy dog was like $7. So that would have took me over, and I was like, me and my husband talk, and he said he wouldn't mind, but just being mindful because we still do have other stuff we need to do today or this weekend, and so that's important. And so I was saying, baby girl gonna be mad because we ain't gonna be in that little puppy dog. So we get up in the front. I paid, and I was like, I know, hey, Hadassah, you're not gonna be able to have that little puppy dog, because I was like, we can't get it. And I was like, we're gonna come back and get him. And so she was so sad. She didn't cause a scene. I thank the Lord for that. She didn't cause a scene, but she was sad, and she was like, she didn't want to get a puppy up. She was just like, no. And I was like, I'm sorry, baby, but I was like, I'm trying to show daddy I'm responsible, and I can't, I can't do it. And so she was just like, no. And so it was a nice lady who was in there. She had her two kids. It was her two kids and her husband, and they was there. And so I guess she heard the conversation I was having with my daughter, and the lady behind the register was having with her, my daughter as well. Like, she's just super nice. And so the lady came up. She kneeled down. She had a conversation with my daughter, and she was like, "Oh, can I see that for a second?" After she had a small conversation with her, she was like, "Can I see that for a second?" And so she politely took it from my daughter and handed it to the cashier. And I was about to grab my daughter's hand and walk out the store. And so my daughter was like, no, like, no. And so the lady was like, wait a minute, sweetie, just wait a minute. And so the lady ends up paying for my daughter's little puppy dog. And so I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, look, Hadassah, see, Jesus does love you. So I was like, thank you so much, ma'am. And they was like, oh, you're so welcome. They was like, they don't like to see little kids, cry. So she was like, she did, she didn't say she did it out of kindness of heart. I knew she did it out of kindness of heart. And from that situation, what I got is that when you are obedient to what the Lord was putting on your heart to do, because the Lord has put it on my heart to be better with my finances and be on one accord with my husband. And I made that decision, like, to be to work on being on the same accord as my husband, so therefore I could be a better, a better helpmate in the financial area. He was able to bless. um so what I got from that, so I had to stop and help my daughter for something right quick. So what I got from that is, when the Lord sees that you are being obedient and you are doing what it is that he's leading you to do, like basically, I'm trying to be on the same accord with my husband. He ended up sending somebody to bless my daughter, who actually was a credit card, would have taken me over my budget if I would have got it. The lady ended up paying for the little puppy dog, which I feel like it was a blessing. And I feel like no matter what's going on, try to be obedient to what the Lord has called you to do. Try to be, if you're married, try to be obedient. Not obedient, try to be on the same, have the same understanding or be on the same level as your partner. So therefore, you can show the Lord, like, hey, I'm trying to be one with my partner. I'm trying to be on the same, level as as the person, whether it's your husband or your wife, and he will bless you. In fact, my daughter ended up I feel like we both got blessed. I feel like I got blessed for being obedient, and I feel like my daughter ended up getting blessed in the process. And so, I hope that speaks to them. I know it's rambling and stuff, but I hope it speaks to somebody, because it's still speaking to me. And no matter what, the little blessings, it's the little blessings. Like, it's a blessing that, that the Lord used somebody to bless my daughter because I was being obedient.